Welcome to the Lifestyle Cabarete podcast. I'm Audrey Meyer, your host, a passionate water woman and real estate expert in the Dominican Republic. Join us as we dive into the vibrant lifestyle, thrilling sports, and amazing investment opportunities. We'll share inspiring stories of expats and locals who have embraced the Cabarete lifestyle, chasing their dreams and finding success. Let's dive in. Welcome to today's podcast. My guest is Paul Menta. Hi, Paul. We just had a great session here at Villa Cabarete in the water. How was it?
Yeah, it's kind of the after effect. Like, I don't care anymore.
Good. So Paul is a professional kiteboarder, used to be a coach, chef, and you were making fun because now you are retired.
So I can make rum and go winging all the time.
Here we go. Perfect. Actually, the reason we're here today, Paul, is because we want to talk about Cabarete and its lifestyle. Because I know you've been coming here for many years. And tell us, when was the first time you came here?
So the first time for kiting, I came here with Whippica in 97. Yeah, it's funny because it was different, but it's still the same now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, of course things grow and stuff like that, but it's still the same mentality, the same attitude, the same vibe. You know, there's more electricity now than there ever used to be. But yeah, it's funny, you know, because you travel around the world, right? You get to do, I think we're blessed. Like, I've gotten to go to so many different countries and you see things. And it's funny, as we get a little older, I'm 57 now, and, you know, being in sport at 29 and 30, it's funny what you come back to. Yeah. And one of the things I came back to was Cabarete.
Yeah, so you came in 97, and you mentioned Whippica. So Whippica is a kite brand, as a professional kiteboarder.
Two-line kites.
Two-line kite, oh my gosh, I remember that time. And then you came back to Cabarete, and you came back, and again and again. So what's so special about Cabarete that always makes you come back?
It's, like I said, it's the vibe, and it's one of those things, like, you don't think you know a lot of people, but you just know people because it's like-minded.
Yeah.
Because people here are very, I don't want to even use the term like athletic, you know, but people are active. Yeah. Okay, so no matter what you do, you come here and everybody's, hey, what do you do? Oh, I wing, but I used to kite, but I do this and I do that. And everybody has something because active people, it's being around those like-minded people makes this really interesting energy. Yeah. And then you blend it in with the local culture, which then brings the food in. And they teach us how to relax. Yeah. Because we're, you know, so I come from the United States, and of course and then we go. And you really learn how to embrace that lifestyle. And I watch people come from Europe, everywhere. And you just see this nice little change. And by the end of the week, there was this guy here, Tony, and he was, you know, he got into winging, and I watched him getting, it's so tough, but he enjoyed it being tough. And then at the end, he's doing it so great, and he left here going, it's in my head, because when he left, he goes, boy, I can't wait to come back. You know, and and even though he knows he is coming back, already he's excited about coming back. Yeah. That's the feeling. If Cabarete was a food, that's the taste that's left in your mouth. You want a little bit more. Yeah. You want a little bit more, and it's a good memory. Yeah. So you're like, you express it to your friends. Every time I come back, generally, I mean, of course, I come with my wife, but I bring a friend. Yeah. And somebody new, and then I get to experience it again, and they're like, oh my God, this place is incredible. Yeah. Yeah. So, and you know, you also, you bought a property here. So what was that click? Was like, oh, I want to have a second home here because I feel comfortable living here. Yeah, it was just, you know, I mean, who doesn't want to live here, you know? But look, it's the easiest thing to say about here is Cabarete is easy. Yeah. It's easy. You get on a flight. You fly over. You land in Puerto Plata. Somebody brings you. You come to Vela. You don't even forget going to your room. You just unpack your gear and you have a session in the same day. And, you know, once you do that and you know what's possible. You can walk around. You can walk up and down the beach. You can walk up around. You can get a moto, a taxi, whatever you want to do, and it's safe.
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing. You put all these things together, and you're like, well, of course, I should have, I should have bought. Oh, I should have bought 20 years ago. Here's the thing with here, and being what's going on. I'm from Key West, the United States, and watching the real estate and everything booming and going crazy. Here, you can still buy. It's affordable, and you have the amenities that you need. And for me, like, with my business, the funny thing for me is I'm like, well, I can just kind of, I'll call it, I can semi-retire because I'm an hour and a half away to fly back home if something goes on, if I need to be somewhere. There's flights every day. It's the ease of that. So I think what's going to happen is you're going to see right now is like, it's still the time to buy.
Yeah.
And if you like these type of things, generally when we're 20s, 30s, we're not thinking this way.
Yeah.
But as we start to go and see things, hey, I want this lifestyle.
Yeah.
You can have it. You can have it all the time. You can have it for half a year, a quarter year, or you can come like I come. The wind, I see swell, or I got to come.
Yeah.
It's that makes it really easy to be able to say, well, this is an easy thing to afford. Because think about what you would spend on vacation. Think about, and even still, you come and visit here, it's reasonable to stay here.
Yeah.
Food is so incredible. It's cheaper for me to be here than it is at home.
So you mentioned food, and you're a chef, and you're an amazing, obviously, cook. How does it feel like being a chef in a state where you can get all the products, and then you're here and you're like, oh, I want to eat something good? How is the food in the Dominican Republic? How do you feel about that?
So it's funny because, of course, I come from a tourist town. Cabarete still survives off of tourists. So you have restaurants that have really nice, like, a little more fancy, but it's good. It's good. There's an Italian place right down the beach here that is like really good because this is a melting pot, okay? So you have Italian people cooking there, or you can have different people from different places cooking, and then you go on the street, there's Dominican food, which is a whole other level, and for me, it's really important, like, you're getting chicken, and there's not all these hormones and all this crap in it and all this stuff. The flavors come out. If you drop a seed on this damn island, it's a fruit tree when you come back. So there's so much fruit, vegetable. I got to go to a macadamia farm, which was like incredible. But then there was so many mangoes and bananas, and then I was like, oh my God, I could just from what I could probably stop on the roadside and pick, I can make an incredible meal for like 10 people just cruising up there. So. The food culture here, you would think, well, I'm going to be eating rice and beans. Listen, first of all, the rice and beans are really good, but there is, you still have sushi, have these other things that you would have in any city because the tourism and the melting pot of the other cultures has brought that. Yeah. There's a German place down the street from there that I go, and when I go there, if I eat that, that's it. Day's over because I have to go to bed. The portion is like huge, and me and my wife eat there, and it's like that, a couple of presidentes, everything else, and it's like $27 for the two of us. And it's delicious. And with the one thing that people should be really looking at is the service down there. It's fantastic. If somebody's not smiling at you, boy, you must be a horrible person, because it's down here, like everybody's always smiling at you, and you think, like, what are they looking at? And they just want to, hey, what do you need?
Yeah. So you mentioned your wife, and I know you're an athlete, you're a waterman, you out there shredding in all different water sports that we can name. How does it feel bringing your wife here who maybe does a little less water sport than you do? How does she feel being here in Cabarete?
Yeah, she has a whole other separate thing she does now, but she's learning. It's funny, but the bug got her in Cabarete because she's learning how to wing. Yeah. And we can go swimming. There's, yoga, all these. There's just an unlimited amount of activities to do here, and I still find out more stuff. Yeah. And she does. She just told me about something that, like, I'm going to a cave, and they put this sound with the music in the cave. There's and all this, and it's like this whole energy. And I'm like, oh, that actually sounds really cool. No, I'm going myself. I'm like, wait, So there's even for that, and the best thing is, look, my son's older now, but like, do you have kids? You bring your kids, man. They can play here on the beach. You can be winging everything. Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, they are as safe as they're ever going to be. And listen, from what I saw in the United States, and maybe it's a weird thing to talk about, but how COVID was handled here, listen, was unbelievable. This is one of the safest places probably that was out there, and it's why it became so popular, because you're outdoors, you're living a healthy lifestyle anyway, and it's just a really nice place to be.
Do you see yourself retiring here?
I like to think that I'm already kind of retired here.
That's right.
It's just, unfortunately, work gets in the way.
Yeah.
But I mean, so the nice thing is I enjoy what I do, but because of internet here is very strong. I can do Zooming, I can do work here, I can do all this stuff here and still have things done. I know a lot of people that have moved here that still work full time, that are, because a lot of people are working in the tech industry and stuff like that. So, I mean, look, you can buy cheaper, get a really nice place. You don't have to be on the beach. It's not only just about being on the beach. The residential areas here are really cool to live in. It's very neighborly. You can have family and kids here. They can go to school. There's actually the private schools here are really good. So there's just something. It just depends. What do you want?
Yeah.
And like I said, the nice thing is you can afford to do it part-time and full-time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because it's still affordable. It's not going to be something that you have to save your whole life for.
Yeah. Yeah. You talked about awards. So I know you just won a big awards.
For a rum, yeah, maybe.
You want to share with us?
Well, people had a vote to look at the best craft rum. So craft rum is like, blue collar, small factory is what we are. We're really we make a mess and everything is everywhere, and we're working and we love what we do.
Yeah.
And we didn't realize that we had as big of a following as we did. And we ended up getting voted the #1 craft rum in the United States, which was
that again, #1 craft rum, legal beer.
Yeah, but it's hard because when you make rum in the United States, I make an American rum. American rum. It's Cuban rum, Dominican rum, Haitian rum. Listen, but it's our flavor and our style though. So it's coming about. And I have enough practice when I come here and check out the stuff. When you come here, right, you have to have, I was just at the table.
Sure.
The guy with the mamajuana is, this special elixir of Cabarete to,
For sure. So, Paul, if people are in the Keys and they want to try your rum, where can I find you?
They can go to keywestlegalrum.com and they can find us there. Or they can stop by Voy Voy in Cabarete, and I'll probably be, if it's the end of the day, I'll probably be sitting there. And usually we keep a couple extra with us, and you can ask us. But really, it's if we're not here, we're there, and we just we love it.
Yeah,
we really do.
And you Instagram, I know Instagram is big. What's the Instagram?
Key West Legal Rum on Instagram
Sweet.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's what else can I say? Come here. The worst thing that's going to happen is you have an amazing time and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to buy here, but I had a great time. Who cares?
And you're going to be sharing waves with us on the way, right here. That's where we're this afternoon.
Don't sit somewhere where it's not windy. It's windy here.
Yeah. Well, Paul, thanks so much. I know it's the end of the day and we had a good session.
A very good session, yes.
So we all tired. We want to have a good dinner and then go to bed because tomorrow it's going to be windy again.
It is. It's a lot already.
So thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Living the Cabarete Lifestyle. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on this wonderful journey. And we'll see you on the next show. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube so you never miss an episode.